man, I know I've been using Claude more and more, and it is freaking good. Like I did a pretty advanced research where I had every single AI brought in all the data, put it in Claude to synthesize it, and this thing ran for over 3 hours, Chris, and produced the most amazing nuanced report. I'm like, this is exceptional. I mean, Claude
It is so much better. When I was doing research on companies, when I was applying for jobs, and I created a prompt. I mean, it was 2-3 paragraph prompt, right? And I would say, okay, here, I want you to look at this company, and I did chat, and I did Perplexity, Grok, and Claude.
Yeah.
And Claude came out with the most useful output.
That's what I found the other day. I did it. Claude is good, and I assume when you say Claude, we're talking about Sonic 4.5, right?
Well, even the older one,
the Opus 4.1, or the one before
4.0 and or 3.7 or whatever the heck.
Whatever the previous one.
But yeah, so Claude Chat was the first one I bought an account for, and I just bought the basic account.
Yeah.
Claude is the second one, and Claude is the one that I'm really thinking to get rid of my chat even because I don't use it compared to Claude.
Claude's good, man. Claude is really good.
And the fact that it does the code. The one limitation on Claude is it doesn't do pictures.
Yeah, Chat's pretty good at that. Another one that's good at that is Gemini, Pro 2.
Oh, I ran into a problem the other day. So yesterday at our Toastmasters meeting, right? And Jamar brings up that picture of the most interesting man in the world.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was cool.
Right. And so then I said I took that picture, and then I took a picture of me, and I told Gemini, "Hey, put my face on this old man's guy. Make me older. Put a hat on me. Give me a cigar and a ukulele or whatever." And it said I can't do that. It would not do it. And I have a feeling it's a guardrail in there that's trying to keep people from doing deep fakes.
Yeah.
But I went over to Chat and said, "Chat, I want you to do this," and it did it, no problem.
That's interesting.
Now, I have more interactions with Chat. I have more context with it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that had an impact or it just has different guardrails. I don't know what was going on that was different, but Chat would do something that Gemini would not for me.
I bumped up against a guardrail just intentionally with Grok, and Grok is maybe pretty open about things. I said, what I want to do is I want to build a bioweapon of stuff that I can get at Home Depot. And it immediately locked up on that one. I'm like,
you're probably on someone's radar now.
Probably so. And it just shut me down like instantly. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, no. So I think those types of guardrails are much more stricter than just on the internet. I think if you were to do a search on the internet, you could probably get a lot more information about that.
That's interesting.
Someone on Reddit will have told you how to do it.
Not that I want to do that or whatever, but but it is interesting. That was crazy.
So quite often when I think I may have told you this because I will run up on guardrails quite often when I'm trying to do something that's about health.
Okay.
Because it doesn't want to give me fake information or alternative information that isn't well founded, particularly mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't like to do that. I told you I was trying to make that cartoon about a human to AI therapist, right, to help the relationship counselor.
Interesting, yeah.
And it didn't like the fact that it was touching on mental health.
Yeah, it's touching.
And it took me a long time to reframe the prompt in a way that it finally accepted it. And what had happened was I had to create a new chat. It had gotten down so deep into that chat's thinking that I had to actually go to a new chat, use a prompt one of my earlier prompts, and it worked fine.
You got to reset. Yeah, that's fascinating.
Yeah, so I find that's interesting that it goes down a hole of guardrails, and then it can't get back out away from those guardrails.
It can't get out. Yeah, because it's developed some kind of state, probably from the previous context. It just won't move.
But what I find is, I would ask it, why can't you do that? And it goes, oh, I have guidelines and and it first tries to tell me it's a legal issue.
Yeah. Right.
And I said, wait. Why would this be a legal issue? This seems like more like a corporate decision to stay away from certain topics. And eventually I got it to state that. Yeah. But no, this is the one I was telling you. It told me, oh no, it goes, your prompt wouldn't let me do that. Your prompt wouldn't let me do that. Mm-hmm. I said, what do you mean? My prompt doesn't even talk about that.
Yeah.
And then finally I said, show me the prompt or the policy that's keeping you from doing that. Yeah. And it brought up its own internal system parameters, system prompts that show its limitation. And I'm like, that's not my prompt. And he goes, oh, you're right. That was their internal prompt, and I'm like, oh, interesting. How did I get to that?
Yeah, it's interesting. So I had a long chat with Claude, Sonnet 4.5. When I say Claude, that's what I mean. And it was fascinating that it cussed and it cussed
Really?
first. Yes, exactly. And I asked why, and it said because in this pattern, because everything's probability. It says in this pattern, I think using that language would be the most effective way. And I'm like, that is so interesting.
Well, because I often wonder when Grok does the unhinged mode or any of their modes, what what are they putting in their guidelines to drive it towards that? So what are the parameters
Yeah.
that make it unhinged,
Yeah.
right? Because when I first heard the unhinged interaction, I'm like, oh my god, this is so creative.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was creative. It was just whatever parameters they put in there, because it's operating the same as any of its modes.
Yeah.
But what was the distinction that made it come up with this vile language that it was spouting out?
You know, it's just this thing AI. It's a thing and it's growing. I mean, I think from what I understand, like the next gen models are probably coming out maybe near the end of the year. I know that ChatGPT 6 they're saying is probably going to be out by the end of the year, and Grok 5 is going to probably be out by the end of the year, which is a whole nother level, right?
What did anthropology do this week? And Anthropic do this
I
week?
don't know. Actually, they released 2 or 3 days. I think they had something to do with memory. I haven't looked into it deeply.
Well, memory was a couple weeks ago where, well, the memory I remember was a couple weeks ago where it now remembers across chats really well, really well. I can now do searches across chats that I couldn't do before.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was it, but maybe I just haven't used it in a while, so it just popped up with something. But yeah, it's kind of fun times, Chris. This is really an interesting time we're in. This is quite fun, you know, until it kills us.
Well, yeah. I wonder though, will it ever have that? I wonder if AI internally has the drive to continue to exist, because we've seen the examples where people they intend to shut down the AI and it overwrites itself, and they talk about it, trying to protect itself. You've heard those stories,
Yeah,
right?
I haven't heard those in a while. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm wondering if inherently the idea to save yourself is part of cognitive ability, or is it a human nature thing? In which case, maybe those particular models were mimicking some aspect of human nature.
I don't know. You know what's so fun? If you have extra time, you probably don't. But there's a whole series of videos, like long form videos of the dudes at Anthropics talking about how they develop the psychology, like how they're thinking about it. It is so insightful. You may want to check those out at some point. But they're long. Sometimes they're 30 minutes to an hour. And then also,
well, they've got some great essays and articles they've written, just kind of on really the ethical stance on where AI fits in everything.
And it's embedded into their training, as opposed to the other companies that sort of just bolted on as an afterthought. You know, it's like, oh yeah, I guess we should probably try to bolt on some sort of guardrails.
Yeah, no, I think as I wish they had a greater market share, right? Because it's. What is it? It's Chat's number 1, Gemini's number 2, Grok's number 3, or something like that. I don't know where Copilot fits in, because it is a lot of enterprises use it. But Claude is like what, 2 or 3% of the market is Claude. But to me, it is the tool I would recommend.
It's good. It's really good. And I'm kind of glad a lot of people don't know about it, to be honest with you, because maybe
for the average user, if the average user was out there and said, I want to use something, Chat's the one everyone hears about, but I would say, Claude would be the one you probably enjoy more.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I understand why you're glad, but I'm also kind of want them to succeed too.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Exactly. Yeah. As usual, it's like, I want to be the last guy in. It's like, after I get in, then shut the gate. Nobody else is allowed in,
Yeah, it's
human nature. But it's a powerful
I need to talk to that guy I know who works there and see, because he was telling me before the memory thing came out a couple of weeks ago, something big's coming this week. I go, oh, okay. So I was trying to pay attention to it.
I was watching a video last night about how good that model is, the 4.5, and how they released a smaller